Bachelor in danger of cancellation ahead of 30th season. May 12, 2025. The Bachelorette won't air in 2025. Now, fans think the flagship Bachelor show is in danger too. What's going on with the once popular franchise? Keep reading for the latest. Renewed scripted shows at ABC. 'Tis the season for networks to decide which shows to cancel and which to renew for the fall season. It's been an absolute bloodbath at NBC. The Peacock network canceled Found, The Irrational, Suits La, Night Court, and Lopez vs. Lopez. ABC, on the other hand, renewed many of its popular scripted shows. The 7 scripted shows renewed so far are 911, Abbott Elementary, High Potential, Grey's Anatomy, The Rookie, Shifting Gears, Will Trent. The Alphabet Network also greenlit the spin-off 911, Nashville. However, they have yet to make a decision on the Joshua Jackson-led show Dr. Odyssey. The Bachelor fate in limbo. Many networks are turning away from scripted shows and focusing on reality shows, which are much cheaper to produce. The Bachelor franchise and its many spin-offs have been a staple at ABC since 2002. The next Bachelor season would be the show's milestone 30th season, but will it happen at all? In addition to scripted shows, ABC renewed a bunch of non-scripted shows. According to Men's Journal, the network has renewed American Idol, America's Funniest Home Videos, Celebrity Jeopardy, Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, and Shark Tank for next season. Dancing with the Stars and The Golden Bachelor were previously renewed. Season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise airs this summer. But what about the original Bachelor? Fans are already concerned about the future of the franchise after ABC put The Bachelorette on pause for at least a year. The Bachelor was notably left off the renewal list. Does that mean the show is canceled? Not exactly. The latest renewals were for the fall 2025 TV season. The Bachelor usually airs in January. There's still time for ABC to renew it for season 30 for 2026. But some fans think it's time to let the show go. Ratings have declined in recent years. Bachelor Nation fans took to social media to share their thoughts about ending the franchise. I wouldn't be surprised if they canceled it, honestly. I've been a fan forever, and even I find myself skipping entire seasons of Bachelor/Bachelorette/Paradise. This show has been on a steady decline for years. The creators of the show are seemingly unable or unwilling to breathe fresh air into this stale and dated franchise. Culture has changed so much, especially around marriage and monogamy. The format of The Bachelor feels dated. As a watcher from the very beginning, I think it is beyond time to retire this franchise. It had a good run, but it is as stale as dry bread. Fans share picks for season 30 lead anyway. Of course, not everyone thinks it is time to cancel The Bachelor. In another social media thread, fans of the show gave suggestions on who ABC should pick for the next lead. It's a race between Jonathan Johnson, Jeremy Simon, Spencer Conley, Andrew Spencer, Justin Glaze, and Dale Moss, depending on how Paradise goes for them and how people resonate with them. Greg Grippo would bring a lot of people back to the franchise. I really hope they cast from outside the franchise for this upcoming season. I'm not really impressed with any of the candidates, none of them seem like Bachelor material. Do you think the end is near for The Bachelor, or will ABC renew it for season 30? Could this sound
really
off
be
in the
it?
comments? The end of The Bachelor as we know it? After 29 jaw-dropping, drama-filled, rose-drenched seasons, the once untouchable dating show is suddenly facing whispers of cancellation as it approaches its landmark 30th season. Yes, you read that right. ABC's iconic reality TV juggernaut might be nearing its final rose ceremony. In a shocking twist worthy of the franchise itself, sources close to production have hinted that internal panic is brewing at the network. From plunging ratings and controversial casting decisions to a growing backlash from fans and former contestants alike, The Bachelor is battling on all fronts, and the question fans can't stop asking, will there even be a 30th season? We're diving deep into the chaos that's threatening to bring down America's most beloved dating show. Buckle up, Bachelor Nation. This is going to be a wild ride. Chapter 1: Falling Ratings and Rising Concerns. If you've been watching closely, you probably saw the signs. Gone are the days when millions of viewers would religiously tune in Monday nights with wine in hand and a rose in spirit. Recent Nielsen reports show that The Bachelor Season 29, starring Grant Ellis, pulled in the franchise's lowest premiere ratings since its 2002 debut. With viewership dipping below 2 million for multiple episodes, ABC executives have reportedly been forced into urgent meetings to reassess the future of the franchise. One insider reveals, "They never thought they'd be asking this question, but yes, the network is considering whether season 30 is even worth the investment." The decline isn't just a fluke. Bachelor Nation has been bleeding viewers for years, but the season 29 drop-off was alarming. While past seasons benefited from social media hype, TikTok virality, and podcast support, Grant Ellis' turn as The Bachelor lacked spark, and it showed. Chapter 2: Did Grant Ellis damage the brand? Grant Ellis was meant to be the comeback kid. Handsome, wholesome, and well-spoken, the showrunners thought they had struck gold. But behind the scenes, production was a nightmare. Multiple contestants, including Licia Gurr and Carolina Quixano, have since come forward with cryptic comments about how manipulated and edited the season was. Rumors swirled about producer meddling and manufactured drama that even contestants felt uncomfortable going along with. Fans called out the lack of chemistry, awkward pacing, and emotionally cold finale. And while Grant walked away engaged to Juliana Pasquarosa, many in Bachelor Nation weren't buying the love story. "It felt like a business transaction," one fan tweeted. "I've watched this show for a decade, and that finale was the most disconnected thing I've seen," said another. Even franchise favorites like Caitlin Bristow and Ashley Iaconetti subtly shaded the season on their podcasts, calling it hard to watch. Chapter 3: Spin-offs developing and a franchisee fate. It's not just the Bachelor mainline that's in trouble. Ratings have been sliding for The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, and The Golden Bachelor, all once reliable hits. Bachelor in Paradise Season 10 was panned as overly scripted, with Reddit threads mocking its recycled cast and lack of romance. Even The Golden Bachelor, which had a surprisingly strong debut with Jerry Turner, lost momentum with fans calling the format rushed and unsustainable. Franchise fatigue is real. Viewers are exhausted. Too many seasons, too many spin-offs, too many social media stars posing as contestants while allegedly already having agents, brand deals, and pre-show relationships. The magic is fading, and fast. The formula isn't working anymore, one anonymous producer admitted. The rose ceremonies aren't suspenseful. The fantasy suites aren't sexy. It's all too predictable. Chapter 4: Fan base kills and theory not staying quiet. Bachelor Nation isn't just bored, they're angry. Outrage exploded online after Grant Ellis sent Licia Gurr home, despite weeks of promising her he was falling in love. The accusation? That production convinced him to choose Juliana Pasquarosa at the last minute for a more marketable couple. Then came the TikToks. A wave of ex-contestants shared behind-the-scenes secrets, painting a picture of emotional manipulation and producer pressure. Even former Bachelor Peter Weber chimed in, saying, "This show needs a hard reset, or just call it a day." The backlash got so intense that ABC reportedly paused casting calls for season 30. The official Bachelor Instagram went silent for weeks post-final, something that never happens. "They're scrambling," a digital marketing insider shared. "Engagement is down. Trust is gone. The loyal fans are tuning out, and the new ones aren't replacing them. Chapter 5e. Casting QMenter OVORSIEs and Miss STEPs. One of the most explosive elements of the franchise's downfall. Casting. The Bachelor has been repeatedly called out for lacking diversity, authenticity, and sincerity in its leads and contestants. Fans had begged for a lead who was older, less influencer material, or LGBT+. Instead, they got Grant, who some felt was handpicked to appease sponsors, not audiences. The selection left many feeling ignored, especially when more dynamic fan favorites like Licia Guerre or Carolina Quixeno were passed over. And let's not forget the Juliana Pasquarosa TikTok scandal, where fans uncovered her political videos, sparking outrage from both sides of the aisle and putting ABC in the crosshairs. The show used to make stars. Now it's burning them out and getting burned in the process. Chapter 6 is the HOST part of DHE problem. Jesse Palmer, who took over for Chris Harrison after his controversial exit, has tried to steer the ship calmly. But some longtime viewers believe he lacks the charisma and presence that made the show iconic. He's too polished, too rehearsed. It's like a corporate version of The Bachelor, one fan wrote. Rumors suggest ABC is considering replacing him with a rotating panel of former contestants, or possibly even bringing back Caitlin Bristow full-time. But the indecision only fuels speculation that no one knows how to save the sinking ship. Chapter CVN. Guinness IDRs speak out it. See chaos behind ETHA scenes. Former staffers from the show's production team have started speaking anonymously to Bachelor fan blogs, and what they shared is disturbing. Morale was the lowest it's ever been. Budgets were slashed, and we were told to make it look expensive on half the money. We couldn't get real contestants to apply anymore, just TikTok wannabes. One former producer said the writing was on the wall as early as season 28, calling the editing room a disaster, and alleging that the showrunners didn't even know who the final pick was until 3 days before the final. Chapter 8. Will season 30 even happen? So what does this mean for season 30? At the time of publication, ABC has not officially confirmed the next lead. There is no premiere date. Casting announcements have been silent. And while typically the next Bachelor is revealed during the Bachelorette season, there's chatter that production may hold off indefinitely. An industry analyst told Deadline. They're testing the waters. ABC is worried about the PR backlash. Season 30 is a huge milestone, but they're asking themselves, do we celebrate or quietly bow out? Some insiders say the network may consider rebranding the series entirely, possibly returning to a shorter, more documentary-style format, or even handing the franchise over to a streaming platform. Chapter 9. Can The Bachelor be saved? Despite the chaos, not everyone is ready to throw in the towel. Bachelor Nation diehards are calling for a revival, but they want big changes. Real love stories, no more influencer couples. Diverse leads, race, sexuality, age. Less scripting, return to authenticity. Shorter seasons, tighter storytelling. Better mental health support for contestants and cast. Former leads like Ben Higgins and Michelle Young have suggested a Bachelor Summit, a gathering of alumni, fans, and producers to reset the show from the inside out. The love is still there, Michelle said, but we need to find it again. Final chapter. The final rose or final Ciortan. As The Bachelor stands on the edge of its 30th season, fans are left wondering, will the franchise find its footing, or has it truly given out its last rose? One thing is certain, Bachelor Nation is watching, and they've never been more vocal. Whether it's a swan song or a second act, ABC is at a crossroads. The future of the show that once ruled Monday nights hangs in the balance. And with no lead confirmed, no premiere date announced, and thousands of fans calling for change or cancellation, we may be witnessing the end of an era. So we ask you, Bachelor Nation, would you accept this rose, or is it finally time to walk away?